Good morning, everyone. Just waiting for John there we go. Good morning and welcome to everyone who was on our webinar yesterday. Welcome back. And to everyone who's joining us for the first time, welcome. I'm Robin from the Voltex Marketing Department, and we will be hosting a series of webinars on some interesting topics for the next coming days and weeks. And today we have John here from Schneider Electric, and he is going to be talking to us about their new iconic range. We will be hosting a brief Q&A session afterwards, so feel free to drop your questions in the chat and we'll get through them at the end. However, I hope you look forward to the presentation John's put together for you today. You can shop the iconic range and other Schneider products at any of our Voltex branches nationwide. We've got 58, as well as on our online store. That's it from my side. I'm going to hand over to you, John, and we'll see you at the end. Oh, sorry, John. Can you just turn your mic on? I can't hear you. There we go.
Hi, good morning. Can you hear me? Apologies. Yeah. Good morning, all. Thank you and welcome. And thank you for attending this morning's session with Voltex. Thank you to Voltex for organizing it. Much appreciated. All right. So I think without further ado, I think we have 38 attendees on here and we can start. Robin?
Yeah, let's begin. I'm sure we'll see that number increase, but
so do you want to, can we start off with the first video that I sent you?
Sure. I'm going to turn off and head over to the video. Give me 2 secs.
Okay.
Right. And here we go.
Okay, great. Thanks for that. All right, so I think we can start with the presentation. So I'll just share my desktop. Okay, so I think, can everyone see that? I assume we can. Okay, so Iconic. So why Iconic and the move to Iconic? Well, S2000 range was launched back in 1999 and has been around for more than 2 decades and has set the benchmark. All wiring devices launched since then have been a copy of the S2000 range in terms of its modularity and versatility. Therefore, we at Schneider Electric believe that you guys deserve something new and innovative. The Iconic platform has been designed to be the building block for numerous products evolutions going forward, and will set the benchmark for products coming and will change the game. The Iconic platform is not a replacement, but rather an improvement. Okay. So what have we done? Well, we've covered the basics. We added new innovation, and we brought along aesthetic choices. So how have we covered the basics? Well, in the sense that we're covering the basket of products, hence those being the one-way module, the two-way module, the three-way module, and we've got the combo sockets. We have a stove isolator. We have the bell press module. We have the intermediate module, 20 amp double pole isolator, and the rotary dimmer. So we're also enriching the lifestyle, and by the same, we're adding innovation. We're launching the USB socket outlet. It's both an 8 and a C-type USB. We have the night walk sensor with a built-in LED light. Also, as well, we have the electronic modules. Hence, we have the PIR, the USB module, and the rotary LED dimmer. Also, we have LEDs that can be mounted onto our modules themselves, those being the one with the two-way and the bell press. In terms of the aesthetic choices, we're going to have various color options available. We're going to have the likes of the anthracite, champagne gold, and silver satin as well. So moving on to the consumers, so what we're doing is we're offering endless customization potential, namely being able to build any configuration necessary by simply replacing one module with another. Schneider Electric Iconic is also bringing new and never seen before clever innovations into the market in the form of the night walk and night light sensor, establishing new standards for the residential place. The Iconic will be the first range to introduce non-intrusive LEDs in warm white. The design of the rocker is such that the LED glows downwards, and the warm white will give you a better feel. All modules are ready and to welcome the LED accessory, hence allowing for easy LED upgrade for the LED switches. For the builders, Iconic will be favored by your customers, hence ensuring a positive reaction when moving into their new home. It enables consumers to easily upgrade the aesthetics with the color schemes and add clever features to their home, such as a night walk sensor with built-in LED, the USB socket, offering both type A and C outlets. Iconic will future-proof the houses built and will offer flexibility in the form of a Bluetooth module that will be controlled via an app that can be downloaded onto a mobile phone, a tablet, or an iPad. The app will be available for both Android and iOS platform. So we term the app the BLE app, short for Bluetooth Low Energy. For the distributors, as mentioned prior, this will be one of the first brands from Schneider Electric that will be a co-branding with Clipsal. The modules are branded Clipsal. The grid plates have Clipsal branding in the skins that are branded Schneider Electric. So we'll be offering a complete range of residential applications for switches and sockets through to the modules, thereby leading to stock optimization on a unique platform. Schneider Electric and Clipsal have designed innovative shelf packaging. The packaging has been designed in that it can tear off from the top of the box, leaving behind a limb profile, allowing for easier viewing of context in the box. So, changing the game with obviously the electricians in mind. The biggest feature on our switches is the locking bar mechanism on the far right here. The locking bar enables the products, the modules, to be removed or replaced easier. It also prevents any pushback of the module into the wall box. We also added a metal plate for robustness at the bottom, so giving it a bit more rigidity and strength. So some of the electricians complained in the past with the S2000 that the product actually warped when you actually mounted the screws on it. On the other side, on the left-hand side, we'll talk about the modules. The modules, as I said, are all modular and can be interchanged. We must state that the modules themselves cannot be interchanged on the S2000 grid. And likewise, the S2000 modules cannot be mounted on the Iconic grid. We've also added integrated safety covers. What the safety covers do is they prevent inadvertent touching of the screws in case the screw has managed to penetrate the live wire coming through. So once the flap is down, you cannot touch the screw head. The platform itself, it's standard. It's a common platform, so all modules can be mounted on this platform. So we're offering a 1-gang, 2-gang, 3-gang, up to a 6-gang lever platform there. The modules and the rockers are separated for the Iconic design in the sense that the rockers now sit with the cover and they are mounted on the cover plate. This makes for easier interchangeability of the covers when it comes to replacing the white skin with the various color skins, the anthracite, the champagne gold, and the satin silver. The rockers themselves will not have an LED, an on little light, a switch on here, not a light, a symbol here to indicate when the product is on. This is because we have separated the rocker from the module. Hence, one cannot tell if I change the orientation of my module, if I've changed which is on and which is off. The skin itself has got a slim design, so it's got a very slim profile. It's about a 7mm profile in all. Okay. Moving on to the actual module itself, as I said earlier, it's a 40M format. The S2000s had the 30M format, and one cannot interchange the two. So we allow for a vertical bridge and deep actuation, and which reduces the arcing on the actual tips internally. Easy screw access for the individual mechs in a multi-lever plate, meaning that if I have anything from a 1-lever to a 6-lever completed all together in one, the angle of the screws allows for a 60-degree angle from the screwdriver side, and hence I don't have to mount the cables and screw them on before I mount the product into the actual grid plate. The cable mounting can be done afterwards or termination. The design itself has got a clever C-shaped design, and there is a notch on the side of the product that allows for easy removal of the actual locking bar, so one can remove the module a lot easier. And lastly, we have encapsulated screws, so the screws themselves sit lower than the actual body around it, which prevents also inadvertent touching of the actual screw. On the socket outlets, the biggest change and the biggest feature over here is the inline terminal. It's a new design, and it moves away from the existing design of the S2000 and all the other current products on the market, in the sense that we've got all the products inline, which makes it easier for connecting of cables and a faster installation process. The actual terminal itself is called what we term a box type terminal. No longer do you have a screw type, meaning that the screw actually pushes up against the cable. With a box type terminal, this allows for better connectivity and in prevention of a hotspot or a poor connection, which leads to fires later on. The screws themselves are captive in the actual terminals, meaning that the screw cannot fall out at all. We've also added the metal plate here for rigidity, again for the same reason as per the switches. It doesn't allow for bowing of the product. Also, we do have the protective screw covers as well on the sockets. The terminals themselves can handle up to 4 by 2.5 millimeter squared cables. Now, SANS 10142 allows for a maximum of 3, but we've actually pushed the design to give us 4 by 2.5 millimeter squared in case we have some existing installations that do have a reason to have 4 cables at once. On the actual skin itself, we have the indicator on the actual switch on the rocker itself. Now, this is the only lever that carries the indicator. Because one cannot simply change this product, it's actually embedded in the actual skin. And if you remove it, you actually end up breaking the product. The slim design, it's 9 millimeter, and we've also added a clear boundary line around the actual switch and the actual socket outlet to tell you which outlet the switch is operating on or off. Moving on to the electronic modules, we have the LED, which is optional warm white, and it's easily wired and set for the indicator options. We've got the electronic dimmer, the PIR motion sensor, as well as the dual USB charger with a rotating head. If we look at each one individually, on the dual USB port, it's a both A-type USB charger. The amp output per single charger is 3.1 amps. If both of them are connected at the same time, we have a new technology that we have developed in terms of the charge current. And if both are connected, the device picks it up and it gives you a 2.1 amp output per outlet. The head of the actual product is rotating, and it can rotate up to 180 degrees depending on how the homeowner decides to have the product, either in a horizontal position, as shown over here, or a vertical position. Moving on to the rotary dimmer. That's an LED type product, so it can dim majority of the LED types. Anything from 1 watt up to 350 watts. It does not have an off position, so if you wanted to have an off position of the LED, of the rotary dimmer, you will have to fit an inline switch with it. For the motion detector, the PIR sensor, one can adjust it anything between 20 seconds to 900 seconds in terms of its delay, and anything from 10 lux up to 2000 lux in terms of its lux sensitivity when it switches on. The detection radius is 5 meters detection, and it works on 100 degrees on horizontal and 80 degrees on the vertical. If we move on into the entertainment type of sockets, it gives you a bit more flexibility. We have the RJ6 TV connector. It's normal screwed type both on front and rear. HDMI connector. This is an angle type connector, which is full HDMI compliance. We have the RJ12 telephone connector, the RJ45, which can couple both up as a telephone and a data connector, and this is Cat6 compliant. We also have the cable entry point, and we have RCA connectors. Now, those RCA connectors come in a pack of 2 if you buy them. And lastly, with my Schneider and the Electricians Rewards program that we have, for those of you guys that haven't signed on to the Electricians Rewards program, please do so. We have good rewards in terms of all our products, But for the Iconic range in specific, we're offering triple points for those that do buy Iconic, and they can redeem them through the rewards program, provided that you have signed on. Okay, and that's it from me for the Iconic. One last thing before we go and we take any more questions. Just a reminder to all you guys there that Schneider Electric is on a lockdown and we're not on a shutdown, so we are open to accept orders. Thank you.
Thank you so much, John. I'm going to put our video back on there, and we can. Let's just go back in there. Do you want to just turn your screen share off, please, John?
Yeah, great. Thank you.
There we go. And now we can go through some of the questions that have been asked. I've seen a couple. I think we'll start with Steve McLeod, if I remember correctly. He asked, when will the app be available and are all the products smart?
So the app will be available, Steve, in the third quarter of this year. We're busy developing it. So the modules themselves will be also available in that quarter. So not all the modules currently are Bluetooth compatible. We have to have a specific module for that. So we'll be launching the modules together with the app in quarter 3.
Awesome. And I see Elton Cohen here has also asked if they're still able to source the S2000.
Elton, the S2000 has been phased out. We have phased it out, so no more longer available. You might get some in various stores throughout the country, but nothing from our side.
And Sylvana here in the comments has asked, do the skins come in different colors, John?
At the moment, the skin only comes in white, but we will be launching various colors, and this will happen in the next 3 to 4 months. Obviously, with this COVID-19, it's put us back a month, but we will be launching it in the next 3 to 2 months.
Got you. And Indres Pillay, sorry if I pronounced that incorrectly, said, do I have to pull in a neutral to the light switches for the LED to operate?
Also a good question. You can connect it with a neutral, but you can also don't have to have the neutral. Depends on how you want the LED to operate. We do have a technical guide that we are going to be publishing as well, which shows you the ways that you can connect LED in the light switch with the neutral and without the neutral.
That's interesting. And Elton again has come up and said, can he have a mix of traditional and C-type USBs on one module?
Yes, we're offering both a AA on the USB module, and in future, if we require that and we see that there's a big demand for a combination of A and C type or a double C type, Elton, we can move towards that. So on our USB socket, we're offering a combination of A and C type. I don't know if you guys picked that up, but we are offering that as well. So
that's awesome. And Steve McLeod's popped up here. He said, is the motion sensor pet friendly?
Well, Steve, it depends how you mount it. Obviously, it's because it's a module, it can be mounted in a light switch. So yes, it is pet friendly because at the light switch level, your pet's way below that. So by all means, yeah.
Okay. And we've got another question here that says, would they have to retrofit those Bluetooth modules?
Yes, they would have to retrofit the Bluetooth modules, correct. So one will have to just simply remove the product from the wall box and then just retrofit the module by simply opening the locking bar and just putting the module in. So it's a big plus, the locking bar. It allows for easy and flexibility to that.
Okay. And I see, why no double sockets?
Well, double sockets, as you guys are aware, there was a legislation passed back in January of 2018 that makes the double socket illegal to be installed in new applications. So being a new design, we decided to move away from that. So the new SANS 10142 stipulates that any new installation, you need a combination of both SANS 164.1 as well as SANS 164.2. So what we've done is we've actually added the current 164.1 with 2 of 164.2's design. And then we have the range itself. We have 4 by 164.2s in a 4 by 4 format, and we also have a double 164.2 in a 4 by 2 format as well.
Okay. And I see a question here from Andrew Pratt. He said, are there any exposed or conductive parts within the skins or covers off?
No exposed or conductive parts, Andrew. The product is completely safe. So once you install the product, you merely remove the skin if you want to change covers. So it makes it easier for the homeowner or the likes of you and I to change it without actually having to change the whole product in terms of its color applications, which makes it safer and much more friendly for the homeowner.
Okay. I see we're getting a couple of questions asking about pricing. I'm going to put a link to our branch locator here in the comments for everyone to have a look at. We've got 58 branches, Voltex branches nationwide, so please feel free to get in touch with any one of them for any of your requirements, and you can also have a look at the Voltex website. We have another question here that says, oh, this is a competitive one. It says, what's the difference between this and the Legrand Artero?
Big difference. I don't know who it's from. The Legrand Arteo is a modular product. Our product is full monoblock in terms of its socket. So Legrand Arteo is monoblock in their socket outlet. We're also offering various functionalities. We're bringing in the Nightwalk sensor, which is a new innovation and new technology for the local market. With a Nightwalk sensor, one can simply remove the skin from the quad socket, and you merely clip this Nightwalk sensor into the quad socket, as showcased in the video. And it can double up as a Nightwalk sensor or as a night light for kids, or in areas where we want to illuminate after dark with the actual lux. So you can adjust it, it automatically switch on and off. You don't have to switch it on and on manually.
I see what you. I see a question here from Sylvana. She says, why are the 164.2 not switched?
The 164.2 sockets are not switched, as it's not a requirement from SANS 101.2. Apologies. The product, the socket itself is safe because once you remove the socket outlets, so the plug socket from a socket outlet, you won't be able to touch the 2 pins on your actual from the live and neutral, so you won't be able to get shocked. The product, the actual socket on the SANS 164.2, the way it's been designed is such that to prevent one from being electrocuted.
Okay. And are all the products fully compliant there, John? What certification is there?
Correct. All our products are fully compliant. We've got the LOAs. We've had the LOAs for all our products back in November of last year. We received our last LOAs. So yes, we do have LOAs for all our products, and we're welcome to distribute them.
Thank you. And I see Wilfred Young over here has asked, what does the pricing for the Iconic range compare to the S2000?
So there is a difference between the S2000 and the Iconic range. We said this is not a replacement product. So yes, the product is priced between the S2000 and the Zincello offer. So it's priced in between those two.
Okay. And Franz Pfeiffer here has asked, are you doing a 20 amp 2-pole isolator?
Yes, there is a 20 amp double pole isolator module in this specific product. If that's what he's referring to, yes, there is one. That's part of the module that we spoke about.
And do we have switches that are IP related, and what rated are they?
We do have two. We're having two products. One is a single lever and a 2-lever IP44 rated switches that come complete.
Okay.
Okay, so those can be used for external applications in terms of outdoor areas as such.
That's interesting. And another question here from Steve has said, can you explain the smart control option? Does that use Bluetooth and Wi-Fi or both?
Steve, it only uses Bluetooth. We're not utilizing Wi-Fi at all. It's just Bluetooth, so it's confined within the areas of your house, unfortunately.
Okay. And does the USB socket have a shutter? That one's from Silvana.
The USB socket on the socket outlet itself is switched via the actual switch itself. We don't have an internal shutter. So the way we've determined that, we've actually got a switch on the actual product. So on the USB module, when one fits it into the actual grid and the skin, you have to also put a little switch next to it to switch it. And I think I showcased it in one of my pics as well on the side there.
Okay. Do we have any other questions coming in from anyone? I'd also just like to mention that we have launched an offer for the Voltex coupon. You can receive a 10% discount on the Schneider Iconic range off of the Voltex website. The way that it works is that the coupon is only valid if you registered for the session today. You can order online and delivery will take place after the lockdown period, and it's only valid for up until the 16th of April. So be sure to go into the offers tab and have a look at your Voltex coupon code and redeem that for the Iconic range on the Voltex website. I see we've got a couple more questions. Will the Bluetooth modules be Google Home and Alexa compatible? That's from Lucian Raja.
Lucian, I'll have to get back to you on that question. I don't know if they will be Google or Alexa compatible at this stage. I need to get back to the technical team and ask them that question.
I see. I think that's it on our questions. Has anyone else got any more questions they'd like to send through? John, is there anything further you'd like to add from your side?
I think basically just a thing that Schneider Electric is on a lockdown, and we're not on a shutdown, so we're still available. We're open to take orders. And guys, this product, it's been designed in Australia. It was designed by Clipsal. So Clipsal has a long history with Schneider and with South Africa as a whole. I mean, going back many years. So the product, if you look at the grid and if you look at the modules, they are Clipsal branded, but on the skin we do have Schneider Electric branding on the skin itself. So the reliability, as we know it from Clipsal, is still there.
Okay, I see we've got a couple more questions coming in. There's one from Miranda. She says, how do you register for the Schneider Electricians Rewards?
You just simply go onto the Schneider app and you can, there's a ways and tells you how to go through it step by step. And it's easy registration, very straightforward, nothing difficult about it, Miranda.
And Andrew Pratt has just asked, do you have any underfloor heating thermostats?
We haven't launched the underfloor heating for this offer, Andrew. There will be no underfloor heating for the Iconic range.
And here's a good question. What is your stock holding like with the Voltex?
Oh, that's a good question. We have a current stock holding at the moment is we're sitting with 6 months stock, and I know Voltex has ample stock as well. So by all means, there is no problem in terms of stock holding.
And that's for the Iconic range and all Schneider products.
All the other offers as well, correct. So as Voltex being one of our main distributors.
Yes. And I think that might be it. I don't see any more questions coming through. It's an absolute pleasure there, Andrew. Thank you all for joining us today. And please stay tuned to the Voltex website and social media pages for our upcoming webinars over the next coming days. We've got some really awesome topics that we have lined up over the next few days and weeks. And please do redeem your offer on the Voltex website for the Iconic range. Claim your coupon if you've registered for today's session. And thank you, John. Thank you for your time and for your presentation.
No, it's a pleasure. And again, guys, just a reminder for the Electricians Rewards Program. It's not just only for the Iconic offer, but all the other offers that you buy from Voltex, you can redeem points on those. On the Iconic, though, you can get triple your points. So if you redeem them and if you buy them from Voltex, you guys can get triple points on those as well. All right.
Awesome. Thank you, everyone. And there will be a replay link available for this if you have missed it or would like to watch it again and that will be shared with you at a later stage. But thanks everyone, and thanks again, John.
Thank you, Robin. Thanks everyone. Thanks for attending.
Take care.
Okay, bye. Bye-bye.